Well, we thought along the themes of the Yellow Brick Road and that life's a journey anyway. There's a lot of significance about home and all the implications of that, family and friends. And then we broke it up into 3 categories: past, present and future. We all seem to bring something from each of those categories as well. Specifically past, photographs of loved ones that perhaps aren't even here with us today. And we did a memory of somebody who passed on, and the significance of the rose. They brought the rose petal in, and that was the name of the person who passed on as well. And then we came to the present, and how people seem to spend a lot of time travelling, especially when you're at university and you've got family and friends. So underneath these are travel tickets, places that we've been to along the line. And then for the future as well, our family as they are now. And it was all very optimistic as well, although at times it was rather touching. Quite a few people opened up, as somebody else already said. You can sit with somebody and think you know them, and then they'll let something slip that's really very, very personal. And it was very moving at times. I think we all worked well together. And I think it's fantastic, and we should have done this a long time ago.
Well, I just thought that the little gathering we had was quite emotional at times, because when you start to talk about personal stuff, it's not really done in the classroom as normal. So I think what's happened today was a great thing, as Dawn says. It should have happened a long time ago. And I think we've got to know each other a little bit better, I think. Strangely enough. So yeah, some interesting stuff actually. You know? Really interesting. I'll leave it at that. Right.
And can I just say how delighted I am that we're hosting the second Survivor Art Exhibition. And without any more ado, just say welcome. I hope you've enjoyed the exhibition and will enjoy it. And hand over to Dawn, who's going to do a little intro.
Okay. Hello, I'm Dawn River. I've probably spoken to most of you on the phone and have now met nearly all of you. If I haven't had a chance to sort of welcome you personally this morning, then please do grab me afterwards, because I would really like to say thank you so much for sharing your work with us. It has really made a difference, not only to our physical environment, but also to our learning environment. So thank you to all the artists and all the poets.
Hello everyone, my name is Janet Qureshi, and I had the privilege to take part last year in the Recovery Through the Arts workshop, which I found very, very enjoyable and very enlightening. I know we're limited to 2 minutes, so I won't go on. But again this year, I took part again in the exhibition and also in the workshops, and I found it a great privilege and very humbling. And a big thank you to this university for giving us the opportunity, because there's so much talent out there, there's so many survivors, of which I'm one, and it's a really marvellous opportunity to show our work and to say that it's not just medication and counselling. Recovery through the arts really does work. And I just like to read it.
I'm Anne Davis. I head up the Centre of Excellence in Interdisciplinary Mental Health, and I know some of the artists here know the centre, and for those of you who don't, we've put some information at the back about who we are and when we have our open mornings. But I was here last year full of wonder at the way the artists have transformed the huts. And I, on Monday, was at the centre when artists were working with the students who've just spoken. And the hardest thing I had was to stay in my office, because I wanted to join in. Every time I went past, looking and listening to people, people were working so hard in such a relaxed way. It was just beautiful, the atmosphere around that work. I work across 6 schools in the university with people who are trained to be psychiatrists, nurses, psychologists, social workers and educators around mental health. And what I know is what artists are doing here, who are users and survivors in the Institute and at our centre, is breaking boundaries and is really a most excellent example of the way we need to go with training mental health professionals in the future. So let's...
Ingrid, Rosemary, you're two of the students who took part in the Recovery Through the Arts workshops. What was your experience of the workshop?
For me it was very enjoyable. It was like a outlet for me with all the tension of assignments and just finishing placement and exam, pending exam coming up, you know, we're filled with that tension. But this was like an outlet for us, you know, we didn't have to think about anything, that we show caution to the wind, so, and just getting stuck in and just doing it. So it was really very good, and especially mixing with the music. And that was very therapeutic for us as students. I think we were energized and we go home with this energy. And I learned something. I never knew social work could be mixed with art. So it was something new for me, and it's something I think I'll go research a bit more.
Thank you. Rosemary, what impact do you think it's had on you and your social work practice?
Personally, I think it has changed my attitude towards art, and I think as social workers it is important for us to recognize and identify that apart from the medical model, which recognizes the people as the problem, and then we as experts having solutions to the problems, we're able to recognize the individual as having the ability to have answers to their problems and solve them, and give them the opportunity to express themselves in any way possible. In this instance, art, the use of art. And
Shirley, your work's on show at this exhibition, and you've been one of the facilitators of the Recovery Through Art workshops. Could you tell me why you think it's important for survivors like yourself to be involved in the teaching of social work students?
I was in care and I had social workers who I feel let me down, and I think it's important for them to know where survivors are coming from. They need to know about our experiences straight from us. It's all right reading books and other people's research and seeing DVDs and whatever, but I think it's important that they actually speak with us as human beings. And when they talk about survivors, they can actually have in their heads somebody's face, somebody's experiences, a real live person. It's not enough to have the theory, you know, and in fact, a lot of social workers have the experience too anyway, because a lot of them are survivors, but it isn't always safe to speak out.
Thank you. Deborah, Dawn tells me that you've been involved in the exhibitions right from the very beginning. Can you tell me a little bit about what you feel this project is achieving?
I think one of the things that it does achieve is that it brings a lot of different perspectives and energy from different places in a way that it really is quite innovative, so that you have an academic institution, you have input from the Birmingham and Solihull Mental Health Trust, you've got service providers, service users, all coming together to share their own perspectives and in a very human way that makes it very real for people, from everybody who is involved with care of individuals, the future care and the present care of individuals, from a number of different sources and perspectives, all coming together in a way that really embodies it in quite a tangible, visual, a way that people can really feel. And I think that's going to be very important for change and making improvements, and it's just a very innovative approach.
Thank you.
Being creative has been very important to me in the whole of my life. Doing things rather than talking about things. Making use of materials, in my case clay, was a way of saving my life. There have been problems within family life. My own son ended up schizophrenic and took his own life when he was 21. So dealing with that within the family was very important, and being creative has helped me deal with that throughout the rest of my life, really. Today is important because I find I need to share my skills as an artist, maker, or whatever. I need to share them with other people, and particularly within mental health. Mental health can't often be seen. It's within oneself, and trying to help people through what is a journey. I'm part of a survivors exhibition, but we're all survivors in this journey through whatever life throws at us. Being creative is very important to me, and because of that I think it's going to be very important to other people. This morning's experience was very humbling because I'd never met the students before. We sat in a group, we shared our thoughts, we shared some of the things that we brought along, and then we had a blank piece of paper and what were we going to put on it. It's amazing how it developed over that 3/4 of an hour into what you see behind me. People's thoughts, people's wishes, people's dreams for the future, but also being realistic about the fact that these people are going to be professionals out there. They're going to come across some pretty horrendous things, and yes, we have dreams. It's being sensitive to those dreams and sensitive to the people that they were going to meet, or they will meet. I'm just very grateful for having the opportunity of working in this small intimate group and helping people who perhaps will be able to help others in being creative.